changed now. So I was supposed to have an appointment for something to get done to the Mustang today, but that actually got moved to tomorrow because he's super busy. So you'll see that in the next upload. But however, for today, we did get some Kirkies in. So these are 17-inch. I actually had the 18.5-inch when I had my Hellcat, and they were a little too wide. I wanted something that would hug me a little bit more, feel a little bit safer in the car. So the other Kirky is on its way. I've got one Kirky for now, but the other one is on its way. I got these really nice mounts from Fat House Fab. So when I had my Hellcat, I actually had to get some planted seat brackets and then use like your typical Kirky bracket. But Fat House Fab actually makes these super nice lightweight aluminum brackets. So you've got one there and this one. So they go like that, and then Fat House made their own Kirky style bracket that goes on here. And the cool thing is you can adjust it. You can go in with it, out with it if you have a wider seat or a more narrow seat, and then you can move it forward or back. So if you have someone that's shorter that wants to race in the car, you could always move the seat forward. You got someone that's taller, you could always move the seat back. So these are super nice brackets from Fat House Fab. They're a little on the expensive side, but they're definitely worth it. It makes everything a lot easier and simpler when installing these seats. So what I'm trying to do, I already kind of played with it last night. I actually pulled the front seat out, but I put it back in because I thought I was going to drive the Mustang today. But we're going to get the front seat out, and we're going to start playing with how I'm going to mount these. But yeah, I do have the other Kirky and the other set of brackets on the way, and they'll most likely be in a separate upload. But here's some hardware they gave me. Like I said, I already opened the package, that's why everything's kind of thrown everywhere. But let's get started on it. So I've got the first side on. Now this is kind of just a mock-up. I think when I did my Hellcat I ended up with like a bunch of different holes because I kept wanting to adjust it. But based off some of the measurements I made, this is kind of where I have it for now. I'm going to try and mock up the other side. The hardest part is trying to get this side the exact same as the other side. But this is kind of how I have it for now. The good thing is you can always adjust it. Once you have the holes, you can just adjust the bracket. So we could slide the bracket up or down. But we may have to drill some other holes. We'll kind of see what happens. Alright, so I got both brackets on. I think they're pretty even, but they're probably crooked. So we're going to mount these on the Fat House Fab, the other brackets. And then we'll get it in the car and see what it looks like. Alright, so I got it mounted in there, got the fabric on there. It looks super good with the fabric. Actually, it matches the whole interior because the whole interior is black. So I did have the seat a little bit further back, but I moved it one forward. And pretty much all you want to look for is make sure you can reach the back of the firewall. Is always like a good rule of thumb. And then the biggest thing is kind of just to be comfortable. I may even move it a little bit more forward, but I kind of like it where it's at. But the height is pretty much perfect for me. So I'm pretty happy with it. The only thing is, I don't have anything for a seatbelt yet, and it's really not the safest thing to use regular seatbelts with this type of seat because you could slide under it because the lap part doesn't go through, and then you don't have a crotch strap actually, or you don't have a crotch strap either with like a regular seatbelt. But you see the regular seatbelt goes over here, when really your seatbelt should go through there to hold you down to the seat. So it's really not the safest thing to run with a stock seatbelt with these racing seats, but I'm really not driving the car right now, so I'm probably just going to hook up the stock seat. I'll probably take the buckle off of that one and put it on the inside and kind of just use it for that when I'm going around town right now. But the only reason why I haven't ordered a roll bar yet, there's a roll bar back there. If you don't know what a roll bar is, this is what they are. Pretty much just used to hook the harnesses to, so you can see how we have them hooked up on the Magnum, and that's pretty much what a harness bar does. They do nothing, absolutely nothing for safety. It's really just to hook up the seatbelts to. But the only reason why I don't want to get one yet is because eventually this car will get a roll cage, and then the roll cage is what you'll actually attach the harnesses to. That's the safest thing, but I'm not really getting a roll cage probably in the next few months, so I might just have to order a cheap roll bar and kind of just roll with that for now. But let me know what you guys think down below. I think it actually looks really good. We definitely lost some weight, obviously. These aren't as heavy as like a Hellcat seat. One of my Hellcat seats was like 75, 80 pounds. These aren't as heavy because they're just a base model seat. It's just a regular fabric seat. It is power, but it doesn't have heated or cooled amenities to it. It's just a regular basic old cloth seat. But I would say these probably weigh 40 to 45 pounds. And these with the brackets are somewhere between 12 and 15 pounds, if that, because they are all aluminum brackets. But that's probably like 10 to 15 pounds right there. And that's probably, I would say 40 to 50. So you're losing somewhere between, 30 pounds, 30, 40 pounds, just depending on what seats you have. So if you have a premium seat, obviously you're going to lose more weight, but with just the basic ass Tang cloth seats, we're really not losing that much weight. But like I said, I do have the passenger one coming in. I think it actually comes tomorrow, and then I just need the Fat House brackets to come in. But these brackets are super nice, and it was very easy to install. So now all I gotta do is mimic the other side, and then I'll have the Kirky on the other side. When I did my Hellcat, it was kind of a pain in the ass. The Magnum was pretty easy because we still need to trim it, but we just used 2 pieces of steel to make a rail, and then we just used the Kirky bracket and tapped that to the rail, but that sucker's in there pretty tight. And this one's actually in here, I mean, it ain't going anywhere. And per NHRA rules, if you guys are wondering, if you want to be the safest at the track and actually meet all the safety requirements, there is a bar that should go on the back of this and then hook to your roll cage. So when you have a roll cage, you'll have the bar go like, I don't know, maybe 8 inches to a foot behind the seat. Probably not that far, probably like 6 to 8 inches behind the seat. And then there'll be a bar connecting the seat to the roll cage, and that's to ensure the rigidness of the seat and make sure everything's kind of structurally sound. So that's the best way to do it. But like I said, right now I don't have a roll cage, and I don't see me getting one in the next few months. So I guess I probably will end up ordering just a cheap roll bar to go across the back, kind of like I did in the Hellcat, just to have some harnesses in there, because these seats are obviously the safest with a 5-point harness. So that's the best route to go. If you guys have been living under a rock for the last couple weeks, this weekend, July 27th, we have our flashlight shootout. Racer gates open at 3:30 p.m. Spectators, I think, around 4:30. And then at 5 o'clock, we start testing. We go live at 8 o'clock. It is going to be a badass race. You do not want to miss this. We've got people coming from all over the place to race. We've got over $10,000 in payouts. We've got a bunch of sponsors, a bunch of people giving away a bunch of stuff. There's going to be vendor booths. It's going to be an awesome time. There'll probably be some Mexico action Friday night, because we do have a dyno night on Friday, and I think a couple people want to get out after that. But dyno night is at Proven Automotive Performance. You can look them up on Facebook, owned by Seth. We're doing the dyno day there. I think it's $60 for 2 poles, I want to say, and part of that money does go to our fundraiser, which we are having caffeine and carbs Saturday morning. It is going to be a fun-filled weekend. I hope I see some of you guys out there. It's going to be so awesome. I guess I could bring the Mustang out. The Mustang will not be racing, though. The reason for that is because I have to create videos and content from this flashlight shootout, because that's part of the thing we promised to our sponsors that they would get as part of their sponsorship for the race. So I've got to create a really good video, and I don't have time to be like racing and taking care of the car when I need to be videoing and doing photos with Kennedy. And so it's going to be a super packed weekend. I probably won't have like a vlog or anything come out on Sunday like I normally do. I'll try, but I don't know if I will, because we've got so much going on this weekend. It's hard enough to make videos right now and work on the Mustang when we've got all this stuff going on, but I try and make time for that. I've got some huge stuff coming up for the Mustang. Like I said in the other video, there is tons of stuff coming for the Mustang. So you guys just sit tight, enjoy the ride, and hopefully I'll see you guys this weekend at the flashlight shootout. As always, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and Snapchat, Baby39. I will see you guys on the next one.